All right, well, up top, I just wanted to start off by saying if you're from the Albuquerque area, there's a singer-songwriter named Jason Daniello who kind of gained notoriety here in Albuquerque. He was in an important band in the 90s called Naomi and also the Hopefuls. And he had a big solo career as himself, Jason Daniello, and he also played with his band Jason and the Argonauts. And he moved away to North Carolina in the mid-2000s, which I took kind of hard. But the good news is he still makes music, and he's coming back to Albuquerque. He's going to be here on Thursday, September 11th, doing an acoustic show. And then he's going to be doing a full band show on Friday, September 12th at Echoes. And yours truly, Jesse Barbin, will be opening the show. Don't worry, I'm not singing or anything or playing guitar. I'm just doing regular old comedy. So, yeah, you have that to look forward to if you want to go. It's $10. I'll put info in the show notes. I'll be there and we can hang out. And, here, I'll talk about some more stuff.
Hello, you're listening to Lists and Other Things That No One Asked For with Jesse Barbin, a mini podcast where stuff usually takes the form of a list about pop culture, music, growing up. So, I hope you like it.
Well, hey everybody. I hope everyone's doing good. It's been a long summer. Summers are busy when you have little kids. They tend to take up a bunch of time, and we did some fun things, and without the structure of school, things kind of feel weird after a while. But everything is good. I hope everyone had a good summer. We'll try and get back to these kind of podcasts, and if people like them or not, it's fine. I'll make them regardless. So we went to the UFO Festival, which is a big deal. As far as I remember, it was a lot of fun. It was hotter than I remember. Like, I remembered it being hot, but it was even hotter than I remember, if you can believe it. And it felt like, because you're just on the main street of Roswell walking down the asphalt, and it just felt like we might melt. But it was a good experience overall. Taking little kids makes it a little harder to do because they can't hang with the heat, and they just want to buy like snow cones and stuff. They don't want to hear any lectures about aliens. So, I mean, that's something to take into consideration. This summer, I did something that I always wanted to do. Was I wrote a podcast for kids called Aliens Should Wear Pants. It's on any podcast platform if you want to look it up. I always link to it everywhere. But if you want to try it for you or your kids, I always listen to kids' podcasts, and a lot of kids' podcasts are kind of lame and like not very good, but some are really good. Like Unspookable is one of my favorites, so I kind of made it like Unspookable. And I always thought it would be easy to make a kids podcast, just to write it and everything. And I had the skills, I thought, and I did it, and it was only like 8 episodes, well, 9 if you count the recap of Roswell. But man, it was so much harder than I would have thought. It's hard to write 20 minutes content for an episode, because that is like a lot of writing, man. Like, it's like, it ends up being, pages and pages, and then it's hard to sit and make all that work in a podcast, and then you got to edit it. And I made some music too. There's like a 10-song album that goes with it, just ambient music. You don't have to like listen to it or anything. But anyway, the moral of the story is it it was a lot harder than I thought it would be. It was surprisingly difficult. But anyway, yeah, who knew it could be so difficult? That was it for the summer. I didn't go to any shows because I'm old and broke. I did take my son to Weird Al this past weekend. He played in Rio Rancho, which, as you know, is a suburb of Albuquerque. He did not play the song Albuquerque, which was upsetting to many of us who were there. And it wouldn't have bothered me, except for he kept teasing it like he was going to do it. He was going to do it. He's like, we don't play New Mexico very often. Is there something we should play? And then he goes on to not play it. I was livid. Well, I was not. I mean, who could be mad at Weird Al? He's such a good-natured dude. So anyway, it was fine. And everything worked out really well, I'd have to say. It was good to talk to, like, not, I didn't talk to him. It was good to see it. It was like kind of a joyful concert experience, like, and I had a lot of fun. And my son, who I took, had a lot of fun. The rest of the summer, it feels like, was taken up with K-pop Demon Hunters, which I know has kind of touched the whole world, which is crazy because it's a good movie. I thought it's really original, and the music is great, of course. I just don't understand the chokehold it has. Less so now, but in the middle of the summer, like, they could not stop watching it. They would just finish watching it once, and then they kind of just started it over and watched it again over and over, which is fine. I just didn't get it. I tried to watch some stuff in the last few months. I can't remember too much of it. I know I started Legion, and that is a cool show. I know I'm very much years too late to the party on that, but it is really cool. Um, just a really cool, trippy show. I like it. I think part of why I got into it is I was started watching Alien Earth, which I like, which I think is really good. And I know that the creator is in common with it, so that's two different things. But I think the creator of Alien Earth is Noah Hawley, and he created Legion, something like that. I've also been watching Star Trek Strange New Worlds, which is the fun one, and it's okay so far. I haven't like watched too much of it. I wish there was more of the Gorn. I think the Gorn is a really cool. They really retconned the Gorn into being a really cool enemy, and I wish they would do more with them. I've been watching Bon Appetit, Your Majesty, which is a K-drama on Netflix with my wife. I admit I don't get it. Like, I mean, I get what's going on. I don't understand the appeal. There's a woman who's a really fancy chef. She gets sent back in time to this king, and she's just blowing his mind with like modern cooking. And there's all this palace intrigue, and I mean, it's fine. It's not really my cup of tea, but I watch it. I'm supportive. As far as new music, I don't know, man. I don't follow all the new music anymore, but um, Planet Smashers, which is a ska band from Canada, and they do ska in a way that is more palatable to me, where it's like a little more rock steady or ska. Like, it's not like ska punk, so it's like a lot less jarring and obnoxious. So on the dance floor is their new album. It's really good. It gets a little repetitive in the middle, but overall, I think that's a really good album. Um, so yeah, Wasted Tomorrows is the opener. It's really great. So that's a recommendation for me. If you want one, probably didn't. There's a new, as far as music that I'm looking forward to, Motion City Soundtrack is coming out with a new album. And Motion City Soundtrack, I love them. They're probably like one of my top 5 bands. However, they broke up or went on hiatus and then came back like immediately, which has always been a little bit irritating to me. I feel like it's like a like a strategy or something. It's like a marketing strategy, and it's not an actual like sincere thing. And but anyway, with Motion City, maybe it is. And the songs that they put out so far are really good. They feel really nostalgic, which is kind of what we are at now. Like, if Kamal had got, I've said it a billion times, if Kamal had got elected and things weren't so horrible, nostalgia wouldn't be such big business. So, I mean, in some ways, it's good that everything's terrible because then we get all this nostalgia. But yeah, so there's a new Motion City. And then in the same vein of nostalgic pop punk, their Punchline is having a new album. I think those both come out in September. So, I mean, it's a red letter day. Taylor Swift has a new album. So, for whatever that's worth, they're really long. Her last one was long. I don't know. I think she's fine. It's just like there's a comedian from Indianapolis, and her Instagram handle's like Sarah Pop Tarts. I can't think of her last name. I'll put it in the show notes. But she had this tweet that was like, MAGA people and Taylor Swift people are the same because they're both just like rooting for a billionaire who doesn't necessarily really care about them. And I laughed super hard at that. So, I mean, that has taken the shine off of Taylor Swift a little bit for me. But again, whatever. I think it's good for a lot of people, and a lot of people like it. Speaking of Taylor Swift, I I took my daughter to Taylor Swift this summer. No, just kidding. Of course I don't. Um, my wife took her to the Taylor Swift experience, which means for $27 a person, you can see a woman dressed like Taylor Swift, sounds like Taylor Swift, do a bunch of Taylor Swift songs, basically recreate the Eras tour in a very small scale on a stage near your house for, again, $27 a person. It was great for us. My daughter thought it was really cool. Um, yeah. Um, yeah, I guess I don't have any complaints about that. I just think it's funny. Like, it's like a great industry for the poor parents like me who like want to sort of give their kid a Taylor Swift experience, but also not. And then hopefully, she gets older and she gets into, other, songwriters. And I think Taylor Swift is fun. When it comes to other new music, I already made fun of on Instagram and TikTok the new Mudvayne and the new Chevelle. With Chevelle, he's doing little voice things that sound weird, like ah, and I'm just like, all right, that's fine. And the songs rip, like it's one of the heavier Chevelle albums, but like the vocals are so goofy in some places. But again, I'll support good people, and I think the Lefflers are good people. I'll support them. I like that Chevelle album. The Mudvayne one though, I just like seems like so lazy. Like hurt people, hurt people. Like come on, maybe maybe at in my early 40s, I've finally outgrown new metal, and maybe one day I'll outgrow pop punk too. Who knows? I mean, the time is young. And the fall coming up, I'm looking forward to Will Trent again. It's been renewed. Um, there's the High Potential with the lady from Always Sunny. That seems like a good show coming up. And Only Murders in the Building is coming back, which I like everything about that show. I like the look of it. I like the comedy trio. It is a bit jumping the shark ish. Like it's believing its own hype a little bit. It's kind of like obsessed with its own cleverness at this point, and I think that's to its detriment. But then again, like I said, everything's terrible. So I'll watch the crap out of Only Murders in the Building. What else is there in my life, honestly? So there's that, and then same thing with Abbott Elementary. I feel it's the exact same thing. Like it believes its hype. It's like, oh man, we're the funniest show, and it's jumping the shark a bit for me. But again, what else am I gonna do? So a lot of good shows coming up. Fall is the good time for TV. Things are going okay. Hope things are going okay for you. I think that's it, man. Fall is busy. There's lots of school things, and you have to have an account for everything, and you send the school supplies, and then they keep saying, oh, there's a fee for the Chromebook. There's a fee for the Chromebook insurance. There's a fee for the Chromebook cord. So parents know what I'm at. They're on the struggle trying to get everything done. It's quite hard, but we'll make it through, I suppose. If you need encouragement, let me be your encouragement, saying it's supposed to get better, they say. So we'll see.
Thank you for listening. This has been Lists and Other Things That No One Asked For by Jesse Barbin. If you want to hang out with me, I'm at Jesse Barbin on all the things. Hope you have a good week.